Hello everybody, today we're going to unbox the Aedon A5 10,000 mAh solar power bank, take a close-up look and test it out. So let's go ahead and open up the box. And let's go ahead and remove the USB cable, as well as the power bank, of course, from the box. And the user manual as well. So there is a customer satisfaction notice on the inside of the packaging. And let's check the underside. And this time round, we do find a carabiner tucked away under the card tray there. Okay, so let's set the box down and to one side. And let's go ahead and check out the contents that we've just removed from the box. Starting with the instruction manual or user manual. So it's a little booklet style user manual providing usage instructions in English as well as in Japanese and another language. Okay, so let's go ahead and set that down and to one side. And let's go ahead and take a close-up look at the carabiner. So the carabiner is useful for securing the power bank to your rucksack or backpack. Okay, let's go ahead and set it down and to one side. And then next we move on to the USB cable. So this is a USB, micro USB cable with a flat noodle design to it. And let's go ahead and undo the cable tie so I can show you the length of the cable, which is always good to know, since it'll be used quite regularly for charging up the power bank if you're not using the solar method, or if you're using the cable to charge your other mobile devices. So there we go. And now let's set the cable down to one side, just like that, and go ahead and take a close-up look at the power bank, but not before first removing it from its plastic bag here. So there we go. So this is the white version of the A5 solar power bank. It's also available in black. As you can see, there are a pair of LEDs in the front because that is the built-in flashlight or torch for the power bank. So we'll take a tour around the outside of the power bank's casing or housing. So as you can see, at the underside of the power bank is a compass. So that's handy to have, especially when you're using this power bank in unfamiliar territory, such as trekking in the woods or in the jungle and trying to find your way around. And of course we have the very large solar panel for charging up the power bank if you're not charging the power bank directly using a mains power source. So it is a very high capacity power bank, a 10,000 milliampere power bank. And in terms of case material, it is a combination of plastic, and the orange parts are silicone. So silicone orange parts, which are nice and rubbery, and the white and black parts are solid plastic. Okay, let's check out the ports to the power bank. So the flap at the bottom does open. So there's a tough plastic flap cover which reveals two USB ports and a micro USB port as well. So the micro USB port is for charging up the power bank if you're not using the sunlight method, and the two USB ports are for charging your mobile devices. So just like that, it snaps shut pretty nicely. And now let's go ahead and operate the torchlight or torch or flashlight to the power bank. And of course, I should show you the little keyring or carabiner ring here for attaching the included carabiner with. So simply loop it through, and then you can secure it to your camping or hiking gear. And of course, let's go ahead and turn it on. So there is a power switch or button on the edge here. Let's go ahead and press on that. And that shows the power reserve or battery level to the power bank. So let's press it again or tap it, and you can see the LEDs light up. And let's press and hold it now, and that should turn on the torch just like that. Nice and bright. So they are two LEDs which provide a very, very strong light output. Okay, and let's go ahead and tap the button now. Oops, I was pressing on the wrong side. Sorry, I was looking through my tiny LCD, so it doesn't really help. So the button is at the rear right here. And there we go. So that is an SOS mode with the light flashing with the Morse code SOS. And then let's go ahead and press it again. And now we do have a strobe light. And that will call out for attention and to warn others. So let's check out the lights again, or the modes. So I've pressed it again and it turned it off. So press and hold to turn it on, and let's press and hold it again. That should turn it off, just like that. And I'm sure that can be done at any time in any of the modes. So if I press and hold the button now, that will shut it off, just like that. So it can be turned off anytime without toggling through the 3 modes. So we have on, strobe, kind of missed out on the SOS there. So let's try that again. On, and press it again, SOS. And if we press it again, right now, we get the strobe. So a very handy light to have, nice and bright, with the twin LEDs at the front. And of course the power bank, power reserve or charge indicator level with the 4 LEDs right there. Okay, and now let's go ahead and compare it very quickly to the Aedon A1 10,000 mAh solar power bank. So you can see they're both very similar in size, with the A5 on the left being slightly thicker than the A1 on the right. But the functionality in terms of design has some slight variances, of course, even though they are a pair of 10,000 mAh solar power banks. You can see the A5 has a built-in compass and a twin pair of LEDs, whereas the A1 on the right has just a single LED at the front, but it does have an LED lamp comprising of 20 LEDs, as you can see right there. But nonetheless, 2 very nice products. And let's get back to the A5 solar power bank and test it out with the charging of the Sony Xperia Z5 Compact that I have here in the Bling's TPU case. And for some perspective, the smartphone with the case on is about 13 centimeters long and about 7 centimeters wide. So for those of you who have this smartphone or are familiar with it, you can get an approximation of the size of the power bank with this stacking of the smartphone on top of it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and plug in the USB cable, the micro USB cable, into the power bank. And the power bank has the capability of charging two devices at the same time or simultaneously. I'm just straightening out the micro USB cable, and then let's plug it into the smartphone just like that. And there we go. Just get that notification away. And the smartphone is now charging. And you can see the LEDs light up right there. And of course we can turn on the torch or flashlight just like that, and it'll still be charging the smartphone, of course. So that's the Aedon A5 10,000 mAh solar power bank. Thanks for watching and happy charging!